morning everyone. Yesterday I actually switched on a music album that I haven't listened in a long while, and I don't know, at some point I just got a really emotional reaction to listening to that album.
Out in the world, stop messing around.
So a few days ago I listened to The When Show, and there Luke from The When Show kind of told everyone that he was re-listening to Blink-182's album Enema of the State. And yeah, yesterday I actually thought I gonna switch it on, and when I listened to it, in the first couple of seconds I got so emotional, but in a very positive, happy way, and I almost kind of teared up from happiness listening to that album. And yeah, I don't know, it's so weird because the older you get, or at least the older I got, the less I listen to music, and especially not in the way I used to listen to music. Obviously, I cannot play Enema of the State on this video, but I will try to find as many pop punk songs on Epidemic as possible. Don't worry, this is not a commercial. I have been paying for Epidemic for, I would say, at least 3 years, and they are not paying me to say this. I love their service. So again, not a commercial, but I wanted to put pop punk music on this video, and I hope I can find some. So everything that you're listening right now is pop punk that I'm allowed to put into this video. I would have loved to put Enema of the State on this video, but obviously I'm not allowed due to copyright reasons. So what is the, in air quotes, issue of me listening to music, or why did I get such an emotional reaction to re-listening to this album? You see, when I was younger, I listened to so much music, be it pop punk like Blink-182, but I also listened to Offspring, Korn, Limp Bizkit, earlier Nirvana, Green Day, and when I was even younger, Queen. And back then, I was actually listening to the whole album. And because albums were so expensive, I at least listened to an album a long time, the whole time. I listened to it, re-listened it, and basically always listened to the album from front to back. Or if I was in the car, I had a really cheap, I didn't have even a car, my parents had a car, and we had a really cheap Chrysler Voyager, which I sometimes was able to, or allowed to use. And in there, we only had a cassette tape. So you had to listen to the whole album. You were able, but it was very tedious to kind of skip to one song again and again and put that in repeat. So I was listening to the whole album all of the time. And with Enema of the State, I was obviously listening to that album a lot. And I kind of connect so many good memories of my, not childhood, youth. I mean, I don't know, how old was I? Maybe 19, 20 or something? I don't know. But I connect a lot of positive, but also negative memories with that, where I was either really emotional or really happy, but it was always a good time. And me now listening to that album brought back so many of those memories and so much enjoyment to kind of listen to that album again. And then I thought, it's such a shame that I just don't listen a lot to music lately. And on my day-to-day basis, when I'm just walking around or when I'm working and want to listen to something, I usually opt to listen to a podcast or an audiobook on Audible, which I also am paying. It's not a commercial. I'm paying for everything. But if Epidemic or Audible wants to sponsor me in the future, let me know. I've been enjoying your services quite a lot, and I've been paying a lot, to be quite honest. I've never gotten into the habit to actually listen to music that much. So nowadays I listen to single songs. For example, I listen a lot to Electric Callboy. I made a playlist of all of their songs, but I would consider me just listening to kind of selected songs and put them in a playlist. Yes, you could argue, okay, that's kind of like an album. But what I mean is, when I listen to the Enema of the State album, you listen through it and you hear, okay, this song transitions into the next, and it's kind of constructed in a way that you are supposed to listen to it. And obviously every artist, when they make an album, they kind of have thought about how they want to structure all of the songs back to back and have a storyline kind of in their mind when they made that album. And so me listening to that album, even to the songs that I don't really enjoy that much, although I have to say Enema of the State, I do enjoy the whole album, or at least when I just re-listen to it multiple times, I consider the whole album basically as one experience, while nowadays sometimes I only consider one song an experience and enjoy that song. But with this album, I kind of enjoyed the whole thing. What it comes down to is basically that, yeah, nowadays we are overwhelmed with so many choices of songs at the fingertip. I mean, I'm a YouTube Music or YouTube Premium subscriber, so I get YouTube Music. And also with Netflix and Amazon Prime, yesterday, for example, I would say half an hour looking for what I could watch, and then opted to just switch on Big Bang Theory as background noise while I was editing my vlog from yesterday. And that's so stupid, and that's all due to the reason of too many choices. And that's the same thing with music. I had too many or have too many choices, be it either a lot of podcasts that I enjoy, a lot of audiobooks that I also enjoy, but also a lot of music, and especially new music, or finding new music is so difficult in a way, especially also with movies. You sometimes consider, oh, am I really wanting to invest time into this new piece of art, be it a movie or music album? Am I really wanting to invest the time, and then potentially in the end I am disappointed because it wasn't that great? So then you opt to watch or listen to, or in my case, watch old stuff. But with music, it's also sometimes like I'm overwhelmed with the choices that I have, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I just listen to an audiobook, or maybe I just listen to a podcast because it's just background noise. Yeah, I kind of miss listening to albums that way, and I kind of want to listen to more of the albums that I used to listen when I was younger. And it was an amazing feeling of happiness yesterday to kind of switch on Enema of the State, and then it was like, oh man, that brings back so many memories. And then actively just listening to that album alone, being in that moment, that was so enjoyable. Yeah, I kind of want to do that a little bit more. And especially I noticed I love these Ace Fit earbuds because they're open ear, and I can walk around with them without kind of losing track of what's going on around me, especially when I'm walking my dog. But I noticed the sound quality isn't that great, so I kind of want to listen to music, especially those old albums, with better headphones, and get a little bit more into the habit of really not only listening to music, but more importantly kind of switching on one album and then listening through that album. And that is something I kind of want to get into back again. Probably I will only switch on old albums that I've listened to. I'm probably not going to look for new albums. Also, I really liked back then Fall Out Boy, Dashboard Confessional, really emo. But I think when I listen to those albums again, they will bring back those emotions from back then. And I kind of think that's, even if those were kind of, with Dashboard Confessional, for example, I was in a really sad, moody place. And I think when I listen to that again, I probably get back to those memories and emotions, but it's okay. And yeah, what about you? What kind of albums did you listen to when you were younger? And do you listen to a lot of music nowadays? And how do you discover new music? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to see yesterday's vlog, check out the video up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm thinking about the vlog that is specifically about this topic, about having too many choices and why a dedicated piece of equipment will be so much better for your life. So don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. I see you in the next video. Thank you very much.